Okay, everybody, I'm back. We're continuing our ribs. My husband is behind me. He's washing some things and putting some dishes back. It's been about 20 minutes since I've lit the grill. I had to close the lid just because it was snowing quite heavily and I was afraid the snow was going to put out my fire. So let's go check the grill and see what the grill is up to right now. Oh, and my grill has gotten hot. I can tell because my grill is now at almost the 500 mark, and we don't want it that hot. So what we're going to do, normally for this, I would use the smoke pot, but because it's snowing, what we're going to do is I don't want to ruin the smoke pot because that's a very, very, very expensive gadget for the eggs. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up. And yeah, my fire is really hot. So I'll be right back. I'm going to... I'm going to grab my apple chips. This is now when you want to put your smoking chips on. Ideally, you want to spread them around so that they're not necessarily directly in the fire. That one was a pretty big one. I'm just going to put a few small ones. And I'm kind of spreading these out so they're not directly on the flame. Because, like I said, this is a long cook. As I have told you, this is the largest plate setter. So what we're going to do is we're going to do it leg up, and it fits right into my grill like that. I'm going to go grab the drip pan. Actually, I'm going to bring you with because it is snowing. I'm going to set you down. Okay. I've got my V-Rack. I'm not going to put that on the grill right now because I don't need to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little aluminum foil in the drip pan. And the nice thing about this drip pan is it's actually a cast iron. And it is the big green egg. I don't know if you can read that because this one's used a lot. This one I only use for the grill. I don't use it in the oven. So you don't have to be overly cautious with this. This is just a drip pan, and I have multiple big green egg pans. I'm just going to put this, and I'll kind of show you what I did. I just kind of laid the foil in it. You don't have to go crazy with it. If you want to keep your drip pan looking really nice, the cast iron big green egg pan is nice. I wouldn't necessarily say it's great. It's great at what it does, but they do make nicer pans that you can use for, like, if you're gonna make a gravy or use the drippings from your grill. I would invest in probably a stainless steel one that is not cast iron. This one does, like I said, it does the job. It just isn't the best thing to have if you're going to do gravies. So what we're going to do is I have the lid on and I need to get the lid closed. So I'm going to be right back. I'm going to throw this on the grill and I'm just going to let it start to get to its temperature. We're shooting for about 300 degrees. You noticed it was at 500 degrees. So I need to cool the grill down and I'll be right back and tell you how we do that. Okay, I'm back. And actually, when I put the grill up, put the plate setter in, and then put the thing, and I dropped the temperature of the grill from 500 degrees to barely 200. So I've got to let it stabilize. We're shooting for 300. Now is the time I'm going to get the ribs ready to go on the V-Rack. And this is when cookie sheets come in really, really handy. This is not going to go on the grill, but this will handle the V-Rack and the ribs because those ribs are so big. So, how we do this is, set you guys down like that. Hopefully you guys can see. And I'll be moving stuff along. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my V-Rack on top of here. Like I said, this is not going to go onto the grill. However, this is. So I'm just getting it ready so I can carry this outside. Let me move these. So we've got our ribs. Our ribs have not really been out all that long. They've been out for maybe 45 minutes. That's okay. If you don't have the full 2 hours, as long as they've been out of your refrigerator for at least a half an hour, and by the time the grill is ready, it's going to be about a half an hour to 45 minutes. So, like I said, these are substantially big ribs. So what you're going to do is you're just going to kind of, and beef ribs can be tricky because of how their bones are. You're going to try to do the best you can. And like I said, I may not use this one. Well, let's see. Actually, yeah, I'm going to use that. Since I have more space on this, I'm just going to put them like that. Now, if these were pork, they'd be shorter and they would actually fit in. What you want to do is make sure that your ribs are a little bit longer. But this will be perfect. Okay, now I'm noticing I'm not going to be able to put them on the grill like this. So they're just going to stand up like this. I'm going to move this out of the way. And my grill is getting really smoky, which is exactly what we want. We want a lot of smoke because that's going to smoke the meat. Normally, like I said, I'd use the smoke bot for this kind of a cook. If the weather is not cooperating, which it isn't because it is currently snowing, I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned manual way, which is fine. It just means I'm going to have to keep more of an eye on the grill in person than going online since I'm not using it. But the grill is at about 200 degrees right now, so we're just going to let it stabilize. Once it starts to get to 300, I'm going to adjust both my top vent and my bottom vent to keep it at 300. It may fluctuate 25 degrees either way, and that's okay. As long as I'm around, I don't want the grill to get extremely hot. If it gets really hot, I'm going to have burnt ribs. If it gets too low, I'm going to have undercooked ribs. So we're going to keep an eye on it, monitor it. I'm not going to put the ribs on right away because when I do that, it's going to drop the temperature again. So I'm going to stabilize it right now. Then we're going to put the ribs on. So we'll be back.